Hi, it's Lucy here, and I'm really excited to share this Christmas card making video with you today. First, I want to show quickly how beautifully wrapped the tapes from the washi tape shop are. I'm sure many of you know already after purchasing their beautiful tapes, but in case you haven't yet. And this is a set of 3 cute washi tapes, and I've been sent the washi tapes new releases, and I'm going to use pretty much every one of them on this video. They're all different, and so let's see if you have some favorites. I love how all the cards turn out. And this set is called Polar Pals, and these are all pre-cut stickers, so no fussy cutting. And I'm using my new favorite background die from In Love Arts again. Did you see my recent video using this background die already? I couldn't help myself. I really wanted to use it with these Christmas tapes as they're perfect together. And I have what I think is a genius trick for using this die too. I'm going to add 2 pieces of white card to the die and put them through my die cutting machine together. My paper is 250 GSM each, so quite thick. Printer paper is 80 GSM to give you a comparison. So it'd be like putting 6 to 7 sheets of printer paper through your machine at once. And I'm doing this so the top piece cuts perfectly and the second does not, but it leaves an imprint so I know where all the squares are. And I'm just going to add some double-sided tape to the back of the second layer so that all the squares do stay in place just in case any of them did cut through. I'll leave the backing on the double-sided tape so that it doesn't stick to my table though. I'll start adding the stickers, and for some I'll need to cut them so they fit my square and they don't go into the next square, but it doesn't matter if they go over the actual square as long as they don't go into the next one. And I'm not too fussed on what goes where, but I won't add similar items like penguins in adjacent squares. If I use the same animal or item, I'll make sure they're spaced apart. If they're looking at each other or something like that, then you could possibly do it and that would look really cute. So you just need to have a look at the picture and just make sure that they complement each other, and otherwise they'll stand out too much. While you see the rest of this quick process, I want to let you know that the washi tape shop is having their biggest sale of the year at the moment. And if you click on my link to their store below and use the code Friday at checkout, you'll receive 20% off your order. Plus they have free international tracked shipping for all orders over $20 as well. And if you use my links, I receive a small commission. So thank you very much if you do decide to buy through my links. And the background die I'm using is also on sale. In Love Arts are having a huge sale too. Don't you just love Black Friday sales? I do. I've already been getting my Christmas shopping done. In Love Arts has up to 60% off plus free international tracked shipping on all orders over $29. And you can buy so many dies for that price. I use their dies often. In fact, I have a playlist on my YouTube channel where you can find my videos that just use In Love Arts or the Washi Tape Shop or Uniquely Creative, etc. And even a Christmas one and mail card playlist as well. So they're really handy if you're looking for a particular product, card theme or company. I'm adding more than one sticker in each square sometimes. I could seriously make these all day. I wanted to keep playing with each of my tapes and try out different things, but I had to stop myself at 1 card each so I could show all of the different tapes, because some of the tapes are PET and some are washi. And if you're not sure what PET tapes are, you'll see one of them shortly and I'll talk about it then. So I've just added some thin double-sided tape to my frame, and if you're not very good with double-sided tape and lining it up properly, you can always use glue as well. Sometimes I use glue, sometimes double-sided tape, and sometimes both. And then I'm going to mount it onto some red card, and this just gives a little bit of extra. I did try gold and it didn't work as well. The red tended to really bring out the red in the tapes that I've used today for this card. All I need to do is add some double-sided tape to the back of the red cardstock, and then I can add it to the card front. Australian card sizes are slightly longer than American card sizes, so I'll just slice a little off the top of my card so my frame has an even white border, and then the card is finished. I was going to use one of these sentiments that I printed out on my computer and pop it through the die cutting machine and then pop it in the long rectangle. But I'm really happy that I ended up using more of the tapes in that long rectangle because I think that Merry Christmas sentiment tape is really cute and suited my card much better than the printed sentiment in the end. Okay, the next card, and I won't show the whole process, but I've die cut 2 pieces of white card again, and we'll start filling in the squares. This time I'm using this set of 3 washi tape sticker rolls called Jolly Days. These are a more winter outdoorsy style, and this goes perfectly with a white frame and plain white border. It feels very wintry, so I look forward to showing you the finished card. These tapes are all pre-cut stickers too. I love fussy cutting, but it can take time. So if you don't like fussy cutting or are time crunched, these are perfect. And don't be afraid to cut some of the larger stickers up into small squares. They still look great, not showing the whole image, so it's all good. And if you have a long sticker, you can add it over 2 squares for a consistent look. You can add extras if there's extra white space if the sticker isn't quite long enough for 2 squares. Or you could also cut a long sticker in half to make it go further over the 2 squares, leaving a white gap in between where the frame will hide it anyway. I'll cut off any overhanging bits before I add the frame as it makes it easier this way. And I've added the white frame, and now I'm adding one of my printed sentiments to the rectangle gap, and I think my printed sentiment suits this card much better than the first card. What do you think? This PET tape is called Christmas Market and comes as a PET or washi tape. Isn't it lovely? It's already pre-cut into stickers too. And if you're not yet obsessed with PET tape like myself and some of my subscriber friends, or maybe you haven't heard of it yet, it's a very thin plastic self-adhesive product which usually has images on it, and they have a transparent background around them. Here you'll see what my squares look like before I add my gorgeous gold background frame, which I think suits these images perfectly. So unlike washi tape that has a white border around them, PET tapes are perfect for layering on top of each other because they don't have that white border. I'm going to add 2 scraps of white card underneath my frame, and this way it saves me on using foam tape, and I didn't want it quite as high as what foam tape gives, so it can still go in the mail if I use 2 pieces of white card underneath my frame instead of foam tape. And it's also a great way to use up scraps that you have around from other projects. On to the next tape, and I was so excited to see this PET tape full of cat designs, as my daughter absolutely adores cats since moving in with her housemate who has one, and I'll make this card for her. So I'm going to find every cat image, but it's good to note that there are other images on here, as you can see, and not just cats. And again, these are pre-cut stickers, so they're nice and easy to create quick cards with. I'll cut them all down again, and it always looks like a little bit of a mess when you're putting the squares together like this, but once the frame goes on, it all makes sense and looks gorgeous. So once I've filled in all the squares like this, I'll glue the red frame, and then I'll add something heavy for it to dry flat. And if you're using double-sided tape, you don't need to add an acrylic block or something heavy. It's just if you're using glue so that it dries flat. I added a couple of little stickers from this tape to give more interest to the sentiment rectangle. And then here's the finished card, and I think the red really helps it to stand out, and all those cats are so cute. This next tape is called Reindeer's Journey, and this is a PET tape again. See the clear background behind the images. And this has got such a large variety of images and even the sizes of images, so you could make so many different styles of cards with it. The design loop is 100 centimeters, which is very long, and the size of the tape themselves, well, this one is 7 centimeters by 5 meters. So that is a lot of tape on these. And if you prefer washi tape, it also comes in washi tape instead of the PET tape as well. And these are also pre-cut stickers. I've just added a green frame this time and another one of my printed sentiments to finish the card. This next set is called Home Sweet Home, and it's a set of 4 rolls of washi tape, and this one doesn't come as a PET tape, just the washi. You could definitely use this for non-Christmas cards too, as it's a home style design with only some Christmas stickers on there. I've added the stickers and we'll cut off the overhanging bits again, and I've added a white frame, but I don't feel like that's the right frame for this card, so I die cut a red frame. And we'll just glue that one over the top of the white. It doesn't matter if there's extra frames, that just makes it stand out more and looks great anyway. And I'll show that card and a couple of cards using the leftover rectangles and squares in a moment. You may already have washi or PET stickers and a similar die in your stash that you can use, but if you don't, feel free to take advantage of the Black Friday sales that are currently happening. I'd love it if you used my product and store links, as I'll receive a small commission on any sales, and that is much appreciated to keep my YouTube channel going strong. I'd love to know how many Christmas cards you need to make. Do you make them to give friends and family, or do you make them to sell as well? Do you enjoy creating Christmas cards? I like creating them when I have something that inspires me. I can't get into Christmas card making with generic pattern paper like plain green and red with candy canes or something on them. I forgot to mention as well, I usually print my sentiments on 200 GSM weight paper in case you're interested. So I had all these leftovers, so I decided to create 2 cards with them. This first one, I used the rectangle pieces rather than throw them out. And I doodled some gold stitching and added a circle die and sentiment. And for this one I used the leftover squares and added a sentiment and some pearls. And I'll have links to these extra dies I've used here in the description box below. I get asked occasionally about how to find the links, and if you see the word more, and here's an example on screen, click on that word and it opens up all the information on the video that you need, and I hope this helps. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video and it's given you some good ideas. Please give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'd love to hear any comments on it. Thank you so much to Nancy B for using the super thanks button to support my channel. That's so lovely of you. Big hugs. Oh, and the Black Friday sale at the Washi Tape Shop finishes on November 30th, and I'll have the code below to receive the 20% off. You can always get 10% off with my code anyway, and I always have that in my video descriptions too. Here's another Christmas video you might like. Just click on the thumbnail if you're interested in watching it. But that's it from me. I hope you have a wonderful week. Happy crafting, and bye for now.